Can now begin. Welcome so much, Manstack. This is week one, session two. The morning session, what we covered is everything to do with the basics. We covered basics. I know you guys have questions. My LMS doesn't have Manstack. Don't worry about that. You are in class right now. Focus with what you're seeing right now. Because what you're going to find on the LMS is just the recording, the content, and the assignments and the quizzes. But kindly focus on the class right now. Even if your LMS dashboard doesn't have Manstack, it has another module, but you got an email that you are invited for the Manstack class. That is all, because that is going to be resolved later. The dashboard thing is going to be resolved later by the technical team. So for now, just focus in class. Let us share a couple of or a cup of content and chew a couple of breads, and then we can call the session off. In the morning, we covered the basics, everything towards the basics. Let me even upload it for, if you are in the class, if you have this in that dashboard or not, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. Let me bring this. Actually, this is the screen that is being shared. I have to share this one. Now, which is which? I'm very confused. Okay, I have so many screens here. Okay, yeah, desktop. Perfect. Now, just focus on class right now. This is the most important part. Now, even if you don't have this, let me just upload for the sake of those who have it, or if you don't have, regardless, it is going to appear on your side. If you didn't attend the morning class, all the basics were covered there. Actually took time to see how we can be able to install it. And I shared a couple of documents. If you have them, you can just reshare for the purpose of, you can reshare them, all of them compile later on in the additional resources on the LMS. Regardless, allow me just to upload the morning class, because the morning class was already covered. And we said that the afternoon class, if you received my email yesterday, the afternoon class is going to be hands-on. You cover the content in the morning, the hands-on in the afternoon, we are done. That thing of repeating the content from morning, afternoon, and evening, same content, I've done this a couple of times. The evening content is normally the best as compared to the morning, or sometimes the morning one is the best as compared to the evening one, or even the afternoon. So it is going to be very difficult for you to shift which is the best recording that I can choose. It is not a matter of me being exhausted. No, I'm paid to train you. That is my job. So I can do it even 6 times a day. But where is the efficiency of repeating something over and over again, yet you're going to put them as recordings? So if you put one recording, it will be better for people to review them later. So one recording for content, one recording for hands-on. Then when you view the content, then you view the recording, on Wednesday we can sit and have a catch-up. Now ask me, Dedan, I didn't understand this part and this part. Kindly elaborate. Then I sit down with you, I explain. Then I record also that session and upload it on the LMS, such that if you were not able to attend all the 3 sessions, you can view the recording for the first, the second, and the catch-up class. And unless you don't intend to learn, I think by that time you'll have learned something. Remember, the entire week, if you have chosen Manstack, the entire week you have it for yourself. Like we have classes on Friday, but from Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, all the way to Thursday, you are free. There are no other modules that you're going to handle, not like in the first half of the cohort. Just Fridays, then you're done. Then you have the pleasure to sit and do your own research to make sure that you're well versed together with your peer groups that you're going to formulate via WhatsApp, that you're well versed with the Manstack, you're well versed with the module that you specialize, such that when we get to week 2, you're already aware of what Manstack is or what MongoDB is, such that it will be a brush through. If you remember very well, I spent a lot of time when I was handling a class for Eddie, instructor Eddie. I spent a lot of time training you on JavaScript. Why? Because JavaScript is mostly covered in MERN stack, where in the backend and in the front end. That is JavaScript. If you are not able to understand document object model, trust me, MERN stack is going to be it will be hectic for you because it will be hard to understand. That's why I spent much time. Yes, you might say, okay, you spent much time, but I didn't understand. No worries. Go and do a brush through course. We have tutorials online. Go and do a brush through so that when I come and tell you, this is how you push data. This is now a syntax for JavaScript. This is how you write a function. Remember, in MERN stack, I'm not going to define functions. In MERN stack, I'm not going to define if-else statements. I'm just going to use them. It's all a matter for you to make sure that, okay, yeah, this is what he's using. Let us move along. I'm going to be introducing advanced concepts because we already done with the basics. So when you're done with the basics, it is easier to know that, okay, this is JavaScript and this is Python. I know the difference because in JavaScript, this is how you write a function. You see? Now, what I'm going to bring you is like now packaging things. Going to teach you about schema scripts. I'm going to teach you about CommonJS to show you the difference, why are they being used, how to import a package, NPM, Node, and so on. You see, like next week, in the middle of next week, I'm going to send an email with instructions on what you are required to get or understand before you join the week 2 class. Like I preamble you so that when you join the week 2 class, you already know what is expected of me. Like I'm going to say, you need to install Node.js. You need to install Node version manager. You need to have this and this and this. You need to have VS Code. You need to have A plus B and so on. And then I'm going to send resources to help you install all of this. Then when we come in class, now you already understand, okay, yeah, so this is what we are told this and this and this now. Let us see them in action. At the end of the class, we see now how we can be able to join MongoDB and Express. That is the ultimatum. In week 3, we sit down and say, okay, now we have done Express and MongoDB. Now let us see how we can be able to bring out the best user interface, like the one that you're seeing in front of you for PLP. Like we want to see how to bring out the best interface. Yes, we have done CSS, but no, we can do Tailwind CSS. And in Tailwind CSS, we have so many. We have like ShadCN UI. We have another one called Daisy UI. We have another one called Radix UI. I know all of them. We have another one called Material. I don't use Material UI, but anyway, we can use all of that. We have another one called Aceternity UI. Aceternity UI. Let me see if the spelling here correct. We have so all of this, and I'm not lying to you. Let us go for ShadCN. I'm just trying to make you so much interested in MERN stack because there's so much that we have not revealed. It is a surprise for you so that you can be able to join us and be the best. This is one of the Tailwind libraries that you can be able to use. Then we have Daisy. This one is the best actually. You shorten your codes to even like 5 lines of codes, but they are the best. Then we have Radix UI. This is another one. Then we have Aceternity. All of these UIs are available for you. How do you do this? We are going to see that in class. You see, we're talking about React. Do we talk about React, just create React application or using something called Vite? We have something called Vite React. We want to see how it works. Yes, Dedan is talking about Node, but we have so many kinds of runtime environment for JavaScript. We have Node itself. Node.js is a runtime environment. The oldest, actually is the best. But also we have others that are very fast, like we have Burn. We have Burn.js. That's a runtime environment. It is a fast JavaScript runtime. We have another one called PNPM, Performant Node Package Manager. All of these things, we want to package them so that for me, coming from a background of software engineering, I cannot gatekeep all of this information because I want you to become the best. There's no need for gatekeeping. We are not in a competition mode. I want you to get the best. So when you attend these classes, you get the best of it. And when you dedicate yourself to make sure that let me grind all of this together. Yes, I'm not getting it, but I'm going to get it regardless. So let me grind, let me grind, let me grind. You're going to reap the best fruits. I've not said that the journey is going to be easy, but the journey is going to be interesting. Interesting in that you're going to be like you're going to be researching, you're going to be uncovering things that you have not yet done. Some of you are coming from a background of Django. That's good. Others C#, .NET, everything. That's good. For me, I've done so many. I cannot lie to you. I've done so many. Today I have the option of choosing any kind of framework that I want to use. Why? Because I've implemented several. I don't know. I'm not saying that I know everything. No, I don't know everything. Actually, I learn every day. You see, we are learning every day. But when you keep practicing, like the afternoon session, like now, it is for practicing. We want to see the hands-on experience. We get better at it. You see, we get better at it. And make sure you have a GitHub account. That is going to help people know that, okay, this person is coding. Even for me myself, I have a GitHub account. Actually, this is the second GitHub account that I have. The first one, I closed it back in 2022. Then I opened it again. I opened another one because I wanted to do something else. Here we are. I have done so many things. Other things have not pushed. Other things have pushed to organizational GitHub accounts. The point I'm trying to drive in today is that keep practicing, keep researching by yourself. I'm giving you the portion. It's all about for you to dilute this portion to make it drinkable to everyone. Like, just take what I'm giving you, amplify it by your own. That's how you learn. I'm not here to teach you to make you learn. No. When you cane a child, you're caning a child not to make that child learn. You want to make that child realize that, okay, this was a mistake. Let me now rectify and do better. So I'm giving you this content to make sure that you are become an enthusiast, become so much interested, do more research. Imagine you're going to be sitting and saying, okay, there's no need for me asking my instructor, how can I do this? I can just go on the internet, I research because I was given a true north. So I was given a true north via campus. Let me now follow that direction. You do research by yourself. We have ChatGPT, we have Cloud, we have Perplexity. All of these things are there for your usage. That's why you're going to see and say, by the way, I was given a direction, I follow that direction. Now I've been able to evolve as a developer to a point whereby I know that AI cannot replace my job. The CEO of NVIDIA said that AI is not going to replace you as a developer. A person using AI is going to replace you. So a person using AI, this person can be using AI to do research. Back in the day, we used to use Stack Overflow and Stack Exchange for debugging. Nowadays, I just paste my issue there on ChatGPT, I get a solution because I can tell you for free. Employers nowadays, they don't ask you how to do your job. Once you have interviewed for the job you're passed, when you go to the job, they don't ask you, please don't use ChatGPT. No. Even Google, like 30% of Google code base is being written by AI right now. 30%. The other day, Microsoft laid out like 3% of the employee economy. Like they laid out, they were they were sacked. Why? They were not able to use this AI. So it's not a matter of AI is going to replace me. What are we doing here now? If AI is going to replace us, because that it means that coding is going to be obsolete. No, I've used ChatGPT, I've used all of these code-based coding AI, but they're not the best, by the way. When you push it to the limits, oh, it's going to give you codes that you're going to laugh about. You're going to say, is this what you can do? I can do better than that. So it's all about efficiency. Anyway, enough of rapping. I can speak until tomorrow. Enough of rapping. I can speak until tomorrow. Let me get any views as we jump into the session. Allow me to get any views. Any views on the charts? Yeah, the session is being recorded as we speak. Nice. Let us jump into the session now. So we are going to do 4 practical examples of projects. Then we can see how to sum it up at the end of the session. It's really important for us to understand that. So um, I was to upload the session in the morning. Let me see if that is same case. Recordings. Give me a sec. Yeah, the session is being recorded. I'm going to share the same on the charts. Then you can spread it across everyone. So no worries about that. I'm going to share it on the chat because I understand some people don't have access to this that I have so much. Let me see if it is working first. Yep, it is working. So let me share it on the charts. I've disabled the charts so anybody can be able to access it right now. The link plus the passcode, we can share it for the purpose of reference next time. Yep, so let me upload it. Done. Now let's go back to content coverage. We already done all of this. This information is available for you. We did getting started to MongoDB, understood what data modeling is, what you are about to do. Well, actually, we did a bit of aggregation, but we want to jump into all of this so that you can be able to see aggregation, data modeling, and everything come together to make sure that they work. That is what I want us to achieve. So allow me to go to my terminal and also let me just navigate to my VS Code. Make sure you have VS Code. Make sure you have VS Code. Content, week 1. Yeah, it's very tiny. Let me zoom in. Okay. Now we want to do 4 projects. One of the projects is going to be, we want to create a student registry. This is going to help us cover the foundations of CRUD operations. So let me just write here CRUD. How can I be able to write it? Mhm. I don't know. Let me try this. I heard them, they use this or NS, CFG. Okay, Copilot is up. Let me remove the code completion. I don't like those things. Okay, so we want to see how do we cover, and we are going to see this practically. I'm trying to look for the best file extension for MongoDB that I can use. Hold on. Okay. Now I'm looking for the file extension that is going to denote MongoDB. I cannot find it. So let me just denote it as JSON because, of course, we are creating JSONs. Or we have Bison. Oh, only JSON. Because MongoDB is a binary JSON, works with binary JSON. Now, creating these things is going to be interesting. So this is the foundation for all upcoming relationships. Like when talking about every other collection will refer to this one. So take note of this one. So how do we start? So we normally start by saying school. So you use school, let's say school DB. But this thing is so much, just put this as TXT to avoid issues here. So we start by saying use school DB. After using that, we can just come to our MongoDB compass. We are going to use that as our baseline or interface for our MongoDB today. So let me fire up a new connection, or let us just use the one that we have. So connect. We create a database called school DB, and the collection name that we can have is called students. Or if that is not the case, we can just delete this one. I'm so tempted to use the shell. So if you want to use the shell, this is how you can be able to just use the same mongosh. Okay, why is it not working? Okay, I did install it, by the way. I've just realized that. I did install it, so let me just proceed with what we have here. So school DB, students. Follow up, this is our hands-on session. We are going to have a session for that, or we can just appoint a few people amongst us to help us know how to connect MongoDB. Why is it taking so long? Okay, there, done. Now, we want to, let me navigate and be able to use something. So we go to students. So within students, we should be able to open and actually type a MongoDB shell. So we open the MongoDB shell. So for now, as you can see, we don't have anything. So we come here and say, we have, so we come and say, let me zoom in, show databases or show DBs anyhow. You're going to find our DB is available there. Let me continue and zoom in again. I think that is much better. So we come and say use school DB. And then when we come and say show collections, we should be able to see the student. So we want to put everything about the student here. We want to use something called insert many. So how do we achieve that? So let me just bring up and show us how to. So we come here. It is good for sometimes you write this command aside, then you can come and copy and paste them there. So students dot insert. Actually, if Copilot was here, it will be able to suggest. Let me show you. It is going to suggest things here that I don't want. So insert, you see, we call that kierere. Sometimes it is good, sometimes it is bad. For the purpose of learning, I intend to bring something like this, but it is overdoing it. For me, I just want to type it. So insert many. So how do you insert? So I want square brackets. We want to use square brackets because we are bringing documents. What is a document? A document, we say that, remember the things we talk about objects in JavaScript, that they're the same things. They use key value pair. So if you want to bring so many objects together or documents together, you use array, an array. So array are denoted by square brackets. Objects are denoted by curly brackets. So we come and start and say student underscore ID. Then here you can come and say, let us say this student has an ID 001. And then we come and say name. The name for this is going to say, let's say Joy. And then you come and say age. It is important to type all of these things. 21. Then we can say track. What kind of track is this learner or this student up to? You can say web. Then we're done with that. So we can close that one like that. And I tell you for sure, our copilot is just salivating to autocomplete our things. So when you come here, it is going to autocomplete. It's going to scan, autocomplete, you see? It is funny. It is sometimes good, sometimes it's bad. As you can see, it is, okay, it is trying to read my mind, but please not. So we are going to do the same thing across the board. So allow me to copy this, there, there. I want like 5, yeah. So change this one as, and then the name, Kevin. The age, let us say Kevin is 19. If you are Kevin here, please, I'm not saying that you're 19. Python. Then say age here 3. And then we can come and say Zahara. Then let's do 22. This person is doing AI. Name, Brian. That Brian is giving people links. Anyway, I don't have beef with you. Web, DevOps. And then can come and say Lillian. I think I'm gender considerate here. 20. Monster. The serial number 5. Now we have all of this, right? Let us make sure that they are all okay. So there's no need for putting as a comma at the end because it is the trailing, is the end of it. So you make sure you save. So you can just come and copy all of this, come and put in your MongoDB shell. So you come and just put it here like that. Then you hit enter. So we have an issue. Why? The issue is that insert many is not a function. It is insta. I've written insta many, not insert many. That's a good thing to note. So I come here, insert, copy again, clear, then throw in there. So we'll know that it has worked when he said acknowledge true, then the array index, the array indices, because arrays works, the arrays, they are working with indices or index, in plural indices. So the array indices, so you will know that they are working that way when you are getting 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are the index that we're talking about. So we are done. So number 1, we have created a school, a database called SchoolDB. The database is having a collection called students. We have inserted documents, actually 5 documents, as you can see there. Let us verify if they are there or not. So there are 2 ways, people, there are 2 ways to verify if they are there. So one of the way is what you are seeing here. You have Joy, Kevin, Zahara, Brian, and Lillian. This one way. Another way is using, you come and say db.students.find. This is another way. It is going to give you everything, as you can see. Their data, metadata, everything. So this is another way, two ways. You verify via here or you verify via here. It is important to know both so that you are versed with options. Now, that is the first one. This is the first one. What you are trying to achieve here is creating. You are trying to create. If you want to update, we can update as well. If you want to delete, we can delete using any kind of interface that we have at option. So that is what you're trying to achieve. We have already created multiple datas. Remember, this is the foundation of all our upcoming relationships. So this is the baseline. So every other collection that you're going to do is going to be referring to this one. So have that in mind. Now, let us do the second one. So the second one, we want to enhance the students. Remember, this is the first one. The second one, we want to enhance the students with embedded contacts. That is what we want to do. We want to enhance the students with embedded contacts. And how are we going to achieve that? So let us proceed. Let's go back here. So let us state this one as hands-on 1. And this one as hands-on 2. So we want to enhance the student. So these tasks embeds emergency, like contacts and emergency info inside each student. When I'm talking about each, I want this student to have contact and emergency information. This student, Kevin as well, Zahara, Brian, all of them, they are going to have that. So how do we achieve that? We could not cover that in the morning because, yeah, the time was not right. So to achieve this, it is very simple. Come and say DB students. Remember, this is how you define things. You start by DB, then you nest it by going inside. So DB is the parent. Student, inside the database, you have a collection. The collection is student, which is a child. Then inside a child, you have other functions that you can have within a collection. So update many. I'm very sure our copilot, it has that thing called Kierere. Know it all, like it is going to try but I don't want to go there. Now, for us to be able to achieve that, just follow the syntax that I'm writing. What you're trying to do is to embed the contact, two things, contact and emergency info inside each student. That is what you want to achieve. So just follow along. We talked about set operator, right? We talked about set operator. So actually, I'm feeling so energetic and joyous when I'm teaching these things. Like the energy is flowing out of me like, yeah, I'm doing this. I don't know if it is the same for you, but for me, I'm joyous when I teach. When you go and check my resume or my LinkedIn, you're going to see that I've done that for a couple of times. PLP is not the first place. I've done that in Kabarak University. I was training in the boot camps. I had another job, but I've not indicated it on my LinkedIn. I had another job at Go My Code. I guess some people know that. It's like a competitor for PLP. Now I'm at PLP. I get joyous when I train because like it comes really well. When I was in high school, I used to teach mathematics, by the way. When I was in form 3 to form 4, I used to teach maths, the same class. The teacher is giving us content, but I can just stand there and even teach. So it is out of me. Now, I wanted to be a teacher, by the way, a high school teacher, but fate has it different for me. Now I train computer, which is nice. So when you are talking about set, don't worry. When I talk about set, this is an operator that enables us to use the update functionality. So the set operator enables us to update the existing content that we already have. So we can come and say, what do you want to attach? This is what we want to add. We want to add the contact. So what you're trying to achieve here is embedding. Remember, we are talking about embedding. So it's a document inside another document. Instead of having uh, this document outside there, we might as well just put it inside an existing one. So we have Joy having her own info here, but you want to attach a new one inside an. So when you talk about contacts, inside the contacts, we have other things. Like we're talking about student ID, we have this. When we talk about name, we have this. Talking about age, we have this. Talking about track, we have this. When you talk about contact, we are going to have other information coming out, like email, phone number, blah, blah, blah. Are you getting the point? Now, so here I want email. So the email, we can say, because it is general, right now we have not reached to a point whereby we can handle dynamics. These embeddings are so important such that later on, let's say you're building a product for a client, then you have deployed your database. And this is the best use of why MongoDB is the best to use at certain point, is that you can change the structure of the database however you want. Like doing embedding, it is not possible for others. You're going to write so many queries, triggers, and so on in like PostgreSJS, no, not PostgreSJS, like PostgreSQL. You're going to write a lot of triggers, join tables, and so on. But for MongoDB, you just need to embed and do referencing, which means you can be able to change how the database structure looks like and the collection structure, how they look. Basically, you can change the entire data structure of MongoDB databases. What I was talking about is that when you're having a client, you're building a system for a client, and then a client said, okay, now we are collecting the name, the age, and the and the year of birth for this kind of user. But we want to also allow the user to attach their contact. And this contact is going to, you understand a contact comes with email, phone number, address, and so on. So how do you do that? In MongoDB, there's a way you can be able to attach, you write a script that is going to just take dynamic data, dynamic content. When you're going to go to Express, somebody remind me so that I can show you how you can do that in JavaScript. Actually, you can write MongoDB in JavaScript using something called Mongoose. There's a package in JavaScript called Mongoose. And then for the front end one is called MongoDB client. So all of these are going to allow you to be able to write the best data structure inside your database. So anyway, for now, because it's just static, you can just say example.com, just like that. So this is the email, then the phone or telephone number, because it's we are using it. The reason why I'm putting it in string format and not in number format is because in JavaScript, we can be able to change this string to be able to behave like a number. So for now, allow me 07, 00, maybe 111, 222, something like that. I don't know if somebody has a number like that. Yeah. So everyone is going to have this. Everyone here, Joy, Kevin, Zara, Brian, Lillian, they're all going to have this in their collection. Emergency. So we want to reach out to the emergency. So in the emergency, of course, when you talk about an emergency contact, you're talking about a parent or something, so you can say parent. We don't want to say the name of the parent, but just put as parent. Remember, it is pure static, not dynamic as for now. Then how are they related? How are we relating to this person? So let's say this person is a mother, or let's just say, yeah, just a mother. I'm not biased of anything here, so I'm just doing this. So, and then we can have a phone number. I'm very sorry for that. My ISP providers, they have decided to do something for me. The whole day they have been so, oof, I don't know why. Sorry for that. So sorry for that. Very sorry for that. Sorry for inconvenience. Anyway, we are back. I've decided to switch out to my data. Let me kill my, so that when somebody calls me, it cannot disconnect. Allow me to switch to, the session is it's being recorded, right? Great. Let me switch off my other line so that somebody calls me, I'm still back in class. Perfect. Living in a country whereby the monopolies, even our, our companies, anyway, that aside, if you know, you know. Where are we? Now, what I was trying to say is, having all of this in place that you're seeing here, having all of this in place is good. Now, what comes next is to make sure that we utilize this one so that contact and emergency, they all are all embedded here, so that next time we are going to see, uh, the next time we should be able to see something protruding, like something protruding out of here. So let us see how to achieve that. So let me just copy this and paste it. So you can just verify and see how it works. So perfect. Why? It is worked because it is able to modify all the 5. We already said that we had 5, right? All the 5 matched out, count 5, acknowledge true. It is okay. Perfect. It is working. So let us see. Right now, this is the current state of what you're seeing, right? So let us try and up and refresh. This is what you're seeing. Emergency, contact everyone, 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 everyone. So you can be able to do this. Using JavaScript, you can be able now to change it to be able to have like particularity, like it is personalized to that particular user. Is that okay? Now, let us proceed. Are we up to par? Because that's the second one. Are we up to par? Okay. Now, let us look at the third one. So the third hands-on, I'm trying to go as slow as I can so that we can be able to understand. What you can do, let us take our thing here. I want to show you something. I want to show you something. Copilot explain. I want Copilot to explain for us what we just did and what is the meaning of this code, what this code does. It is important for us to know. So as you can see here, say this code is a MongoDB update operation that modifies all documents in the student collection. The update many function is used with empty filter. This is what I wanted to explain. Empty filter. We're using empty filter, which means the update will apply to every document in the collection. So you're not specifying which. If I wanted to specify, I could just come and say here, by the way, I could just come and say, let me zoom in. I can come and say here, let us target age or name. Let us say name. Anyone with the name, that person name is called Joy. So only Joy is targeted. I can do that. I can target only Joy. Then Joy is going to have all the emergency contacts. That's what I can do. But because you're using an empty filter, we are saying, no, we are not specifying everything in there. I hope now you're getting the point. So let us see how that Copilot does. So workspace locally, okay. It's zoomed out, I brought it out here. Where is it? Okay. So as you can see, this is how the explanation happens. It is very simple. Now, we are done with the Number two. Now, let us go to number three. Number three. So this is just crude operations. Oh, it has that auto-completion thing. You don't want to remove it, remove, 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 remove. It is good, but not appropriate time for it. Now, let us go to number three. Hands on three. So hands on three, what you want to do is, we have already done embedding, right? Now, we want to take courses and mentor with the referencing. That is what we want to do. So we want to go in a spree of creating two things, two collections. We already have a student collection, right? Under the school DB. We want to create a third, and the second and third collection, which is mentors. Another one is called courses. That is what we want to create. And after creating them, what can we do next? So what to do next is now insert the documents. The documents, what the documents are going to show us is to introduce us to referencing, to connect the courses to mentors, and later we are going to see how to connect the same into students. So we are trying to do referencing. This is where the relationship of one to many, one to one, many to one, this is where these relationships are coming from. We have done embedding, we have done that. So after that, I think the fourth one is now to connect everything with an enrollment perspective. This is where we are going to use something called aggregation. So people, we are going to have, will have done like few things. That is aggregation, embedding, referencing, and CRUD operations. These are the four pillars of MongoDB. When you understand this, you are set, you are good to go. And you should be able to see some familiarity in terms of SQL, how you did SQL. Now, let us do that. What you want to do is, we want to do courses and mentors with referencing. We have done embedding. Let us do referencing. Then we are going to do aggregation. And then that's it. I think by now, those are the things you are going to see how they piece out together. Now, we start, of course, how do you bring in a collection? So you bring a collection by saying the collection name is called mentors. And then we want to insert many. So insert many. Remember the same thing that we did last time? We said, come and say mentor ID. So you come and say mentor ID. So the mentor ID is, let's say M001, just like S001, filling the same spray. And then we can say the name of that mentor is Mr. Kasongo. Why not? And then the specialty for this Kasongo, specialty. For this Kasongo is oh, that is very funny. Okay, let us just bring something that makes sense. I'm trying to find I'm trying to find the best specialty for Kasongo. Let us see your ideas. I know you guys are so full of ideas. Give me ideas on the chat. The specialty that matches programming. Does that suffice? One time. Anyway, thank you. Thank you for your input. I see that you're not sleeping. Other people are saying Shuja. Somebody is very funny here. Somebody saying, somebody has done this. Do you know what that means? You people are so creative. But let us go with one term. Anyway, for those people who don't understand Kosongo, people in Kenya are suffering. So just move along. our brothers from Africa and sisters. Now, let us proceed. Let me just copy this. We want like 3 mentors. So the next mentor we are going to say is, there's this person. If you know, you know. Uh, I'm trying to bring, I want ideas. Give me ideas of the mentors. Give me ideas for the mentors. We have Rigiji. Yeah, as yes for IT. Now you are a genius. This is what I wanted to do. You people. Okay, let us stop it at there. No mentioning of real names, Pierre. So, yeah. Now, let us do Mr. Wiki G. And then we can have another one, which is, uh, let us just have another, which is just making sense. Yeah. Something that is making sense. Uh, yeah, just to fill out spaces. Now, we have all of the mentors. Remember, this is the last one we don't put. So we are having all of these. So these are our mentors. So let us come and bring them here. And then, so what we do is to come here and then put it there. So remember, right here on your left panel, you're not able to see mentors. But as soon as I hit enter, mentors should be able to appear. So where should I be able to refresh? So refresh database. As you can see, we have mentors. So mentors is available such that when I go back, I can be able to see mentors. And we have all of this data. One Kasongo, Wigiji, data, all of this data that we have here. So let us attach that to the courses. Let us attach these mentors to the courses. And this is where creativity comes in. Now, now let us see. So db.courses dot insert many. So course ID, C101, just like that, just a course. Then the title of the course, we can say, we want to attach it to Kasongo. So the name of the course, let us see. Let me see your ideas. Ideas, a course that Kasongo can teach. Ah, impressive, Emmanuel. This guy is a genius. Somebody saying Lion. Yeah, I think that one makes sense. Let us just put it there. Now, duration for this Liontology, okay, it's going to take, so say, come and say duration in weeks, yeah? So people have ideas out here. People have ideas. Now, so you can say one term. Let us put it for 5 years, or yeah, 5 years or something. And then mentor ID, of course. So mentor ID, you're talking about M001, right? M001. That is perfect. You people have ideas. Anyway, now let us go for the another person, Wigigi. Somebody saying trash talking. Yeah, poet. I think this one fits for a poet. Duration, 5 years, mentor, we say number two. And then there's me. Let us just put AI for beginners. Spelling, yeah, beginners. Duration, 3 weeks. Let us put this one as 2 weeks. Mentor, number three. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. By the way, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It is supposed to be two. I would have not seen that. Thank you. Also, this one, 2, 3. Let us proceed. Thank you for the eagle's eye that you're having there. Okay, so let us proceed slowly. Now, we are having this, remove that. Okay, so we come and copy. Actually, I just copied that. Do you say, yeah, I copied that. Drop that collection faster, faster. Yeah, I copied that, so let me change. Yeah, so when you refresh, good. Let us go for the course. And then we come and copy it. So when we hit enter, it is going to be synced inside there. Refresh, there you go. Now, what you have done is created two more collection, courses and mentors, inserted the documents in the respective collections, and then use mentor ID as a linking reference because we have mentor ID in the mentors, right? But also we have mentor ID in the courses. So it's a reference point. So that's what you are talking about. So when I go back, you can to see, let me like putting it like that, yeah. So we're having something like this. This is very impressive. So we can do a lot when it comes to just linking all of this together, like linking mentors to courses. That's what we can be able to do. So that is called referencing. People, this is what we call referencing. So this course, this mentor can be able to teach this course. And then later on, we are going to see how this course can be able to be used by so many learners out there. So it's a matter of relationship that we're talking about here. So let us go to hands-on number 4. Then we are going to connect everything together. And then I'm going to show you how it works. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this collection and join student to courses, showing many-to-many relationship and adding analytics for the same. That is what I want to show you, showing you a relationship, how a relationship works. So that is what we call aggregations that we're going to use there. So aggregations are being used in terms of analytics. So how many students per course, the average score per course, you see, something like that. So many-to-many relationship. So let us try and achieve that. And then don't worry, I'm going to draft a mermaid chart. Let me prepare a mermaid chart. Yeah. I'm going to draft a mermaid chart with you. It is not something that you need to learn, but I just want to draft a mermaid chart for you so that you can be able to understand. Okay, perfect. It is there. I've already prepared it. Anyway, now let us go back. So that's hands-on answer number 3. So hands-on number 4. We are talking about connecting everything together. with something like enrollment, I think enrollment, and we can say analytics. This is where we're going to see other things. Now, so to start it off, we need to, because I've said about enrollment, so that's enrollment. So enrollment is going to be our fourth collection. So remember, I think by now you are starting to realize that you're not using tables. If it was in SQL, we'll be saying tables. Student table, mentor table, courses table, enrollment tables. No, we are saying collection. That's what we are saying. And then instead of saying rows, we are saying documents. So I think you're getting the gist of it. So document db.enrollments, and then you come and say insert many, just like that. And then we come and do a few things. So let me just copy all of them. Let me just copy all of them. I have them prepared here. Yeah, perfect. Now, you can see we have student ID 101, course ID C101. As you can see, they are looking like the status in progress. So this is the enrollment. We have 98% or 88%. We have 92. This is completed, in progress 78, completed, and so on. So don't go into deeper. Like, I just want to see the relationship between student and course. Then you're going to establish a relationship called many to many. And then I'm going to show you a moment chart. Then you're going to call it a session. And that we are going to have covered CRUD operations, data structure, data structuring with embedding and referencing, realistic data relationship that you are seeing here, and then aggregation and data analysis. You can also do that. Now, having something like this, it is pretty much something that, you see, this is a table that you are creating. So let me just copy it and then slap it right here. So what you're seeing, let me refresh. There you go. You have enrollment. So even you can come and see the enrollments. Here it is. You can see the data and everything. They are there. Well positioned. Now, going back, let us see other, because this is not we have done this countless of time. Let us now see the other things to do with create a bit of space here. Now, let us see aggregations. Aggregation. So what you're seeing here, we want to see students, something like students per course. How many students per course? That's how you can be able to perform analytics, by the way. So student per course, students per course, how many students per course? So how do you achieve something like that? Watch. So you come and say dot enrollments, then you come and say aggregate. Aggregate. So when I say aggregate, I just have to come and put my array here. So the array is going to have a lot of things. And don't worry, we are going to use and we are going to, it is going to explain to you much better. So we can be able to come and say, so we are intending to group. So group. So we want to group. What are we trying to group? We want to group the ID. Thing that is all about ID, we want to put them together. So anything course ID is going to fall under ID in MongoDB. Then the total number of students, we're going to sum it up. Don't worry, I'm going to explain it all. Hold on. You see the Q&A, people are asking questions. When done, share the code. Yeah, I'm going to do so. So let me continue explaining. So what is happening here? The first time we said we are using aggregate method. So aggregate method on this collection that you're seeing enrollment. So think of this way as a way or to analyze and summarize your data. So you have huge data sets, but you want to summarize them from your database. So we start by grouping them. So this operator that you're seeing called group is going to group, is going to like this is a grouping stage in the pipeline of data analysis or data aggregation. So we are grouping, it is going to group documents, or we can say rows. It's going to group documents that have the same course ID. In the same course ID in enrollments. So we have how many course ID that are repeated? We have this one, course 101, course 101. So they are going to group them together. It's going to group them together. Let me proceed. Let me close. So I don't intend to go deeper. I want you guys to do grind, because if I tend to go deeper, it is going to take time. But I tend to explain something nitty-gritty, because something like this, we already talked countless of time, even in the morning, even these sessions. So I don't want to intend to repeat. So internalization, it is going to take time. Now, we are defining something like this. Let me just piggyback on that. So you think about, say, group. And then what you're trying to put now, let us now try to make sure that we're grouping the course ID that we have that are the same. Let us now try to group them together, just as the essence of grouping, how you normally know it. So you come and say underscore ID, that's how you do it. In MongoDB, by the way, that's how you denote IDs. I can even show you. When you come back here, as you can see, we have underscore ID. We have underscore ID. So it makes like we are putting them in a unique position. Now, after that, I come and say, let us now fetch the course ID that we have. So the course ID, where is it? Okay. Course ID, we put it that way. So we are trying to group everything that are the same. After that, what comes next is we are trying, so what you're seeing ID underscore ID, course ID, basically what is happening there is we are grouping the course ID, like we are grouping them by course ID field. So all enrollment fields that you're seeing there that has the same course will be grouped together. So the same course, which means a course is defined by the ID. Now, the next step is trying to do something like for each group that you have grouped in the course ID, for each, we want to count the number of documents by adding one for every document found in that group. That is what we want to find out, such that if C101, we have two of them increment by one. It's like an iteration. You add one, add one, add one. So iterate and add one, keep adding one, increment by one. That is what I want to do. But don't worry, we are going to ask AI for clarity. Then, of course, you are going to understand it much better. So come and say total students. Remember, students have been attached to, we have attached students to the course that you're seeing here. Scheme S101, this is 001, 002, 4, 5. We don't have 3. So this is the reason why we are putting them at random. So for this one, we are going to say, so sum, then we add it 1. So it's like an increment. We are incrementing it by 1. That's what we are doing. Let me just do it like that way. I don't want to put it in a nested position. It is going to mess things up. So let us see how this thing AI understands what you're doing. So we come here and say, right click, explain. So let us see what is really happening here. So that we can see if I'm just talking about my own things or we are aligned. So this code performs an aggregation operation on enrollment collection in MongoDB to calculate the number of students enrolled in each course. So the aggregate method is used with a pipeline that contains a single group stage. So we go deeper. In the group stage or the grouping stage that you're seeing, the documents are grouped by the value of the course ID field. So for each group, that is each unique ID, for each group or each unique ID, a new field called total student is created. The value of the total student is computed by summing 1 for each document in the group. So effectively, counting the number of enrollments for each course. So the results of aggregation, blah, 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 you get the point. It's not that difficult, by the way. Not that difficult. Okay, let us say, what is the sample output? Let us see what is the sample output so that we can be able to understand exactly what you're talking about. So for the exact command that you're giving there, how will it look like when we have the answer? So this is the exact answer that you're going to have, people. This is the exact answer that we are supposed to have when we run. This is the exact same answer. Are you getting the point? Such that, let me just bring this one aside here. We're talking about C101. It has appeared twice. So C101, how many students? 2. We have student with the 001 and 004. So there are 2. C102 and C103, they are 1, 1. So the output shows that course 101 has 2 students enrolled, while course 102 and 103 have each 1 student enrolled. Are you getting the point? So this is the command that does it all. This one is grouping, and this one is counting. So let us just copy it so that we can say, okay, are we making sense or we are not? So we come and copy it here, and that's the exact answer that I expected, as you can see, 2, 1, 1. So that is students per course. That is what we wanted to achieve, by the way. Don't forget the goal. Students per course. How many students per course? Following what we have here. Now, from the same, let us see average score per course. Because we have seen student per course. Let us see average student, per course. Disable, close it. So aggregate. So aggregation, you come and say average score. So you can do as much as possible that you want. Like you can do so many data analysis. This I'm just mentioning 2, by the way, right now. We can do so much. Actually, I'm going to allow AI to populate other analysis that we can be able to use, by the way. I'm just giving 2 per course. So how do you do that? You start by saying, not course ID. So start by saying DB enrollment. Then you say aggregate. After aggregate, you come and put something. Same thing, you say group. And then in the group, we are trying to categorize. Now, the same thing that we did here, let me just copy it. We are going to use it. So we are categorizing first. First things first. Putting them together. And then we are going to say average score, AVG. So it's called AVG score. So AVG score or average score, this is just a variable, by the way. So to get the average score, how do you get that? So to get the average score, you come and say, bring that operator called AVG, which means average. Then you match it to the score. So this score, where is this score? Because this score, it is here, we are calling it dynamically. So to call it dynamically, this is how we do it. Just like that. Now, this one is going to surprise us. Why? The group, I've already explained the group, why grouping is important. I've already explained why ID, but just to iterate. Like, so this is just here so that each course becomes one group. Like if you're talking about C101, they are grouped together as one. We don't have C101 4 times. We have C101 just in one place. And then the AVG score that you're seeing there. So this is just to say that for each group or for each course that we have grouped, MongoDB is going to calculate the average score. So if it is C101, it's going to take 78 plus 88, then divide by the total number of appearance. You can do the math. 88 plus 78 divided by 2 is going to get the average. So normally, ideally, you can just take these two, add them together, divide. You can get around 82, 83 there, or 84. Not so sure. You can do the math for yourself. So let us see how it works. There you go. So you can see C101 appeared twice. So it was grouped together using this command. After grouping them together, which means the score were together. So for you to get the average score, you have, if I want to get the average number of people in Kenya, I take the total assumed number, then I divide. So the average at the middle. So you divide by 2, then you get that. 85, we have 85. 92, we have 90. Simple, because it appeared once. Now, let me allow AI to populate others so that we can be able to see others, how others can be able to appear. So allow aggregation, student per track. We can be able to say student per track. We already have tracks here. Let me take you back. We had tracks here. So we want to see student per track. So how do I achieve that? So let us see something like that, you see? So you aggregate, you put all the tracks together, then you get the students. If you do that, what do you get? AI is good, just use it the correct way. As you can see, 1, 1, 1. We don't have any repeated track. Now let us get other things. Average age per track. Average age per track. How do you get that? Copy. Let us see. As you can see, we have a lot of repeated things. You categorize them or group them together, then you get the average based on the age. You hit enter, as you can see. Have in mind that we can have thousands and thousands of students. So how do you do that? You can do something like this and get your proper data. You can do something like this. Remember, we can continue. Student per mentor. We can categorize students per mentor if you want to. It is not that hard, by the way. So we can go on and on and on and on and on and on until tomorrow. We're not getting satisfied at all. So it's just a matter of understanding what's need to be done. Let me save it. Let me share this on the charts right now. Let me share this file on the charts. Desktop, Manstack, content, week 1, group. Thumbs up if the document has landed. Oh, I've not posted it actually. Sorry. Let me repeat it. Confirm if the document is there. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. So let me show you the relationship in Mermaid chart. So this is the relationship in Mermaid chart. You have mentors. They are referenced in courses. Courses are referenced in enrollments. Students are referenced in enrollments. This is the relationship now. That is the relationship that you are seeing there in Mermaid. Anyway, let me open the forum now. Comments, blah, 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 everything, everything, everything. MongoDB works for structured and unstructured data, but it works on all kinds of data sets. Anyway, I think that is going to mark the end of our session. What I'm going to do from now moving forward to make sure that we are all aligned is I'm going to make sure that the assignments are well updated on the LMS, number 1. Number 2, because I've not aligned them, by the way. Number 2, I'm going to make sure that we have a community for ourselves. Like I'm going to create a WhatsApp. Then the email that I'm going to share next time, maybe tomorrow or Monday, is going to contain instructions on the way forward. I'm going to create a system. I want to create a system which automates your invitation to make sure that everyone who is invited is supposed to be in class. And the invitation is going to be on time. Forgive us for today's mess. It was no pun intended, but I think we have not yet aligned because the specialization started in the middle of the week. So there are a few things that were not aligned. Plus, we want to structure some session to make sure that some people didn't understand the basics. So some classes are being prepared to make sure that these planners are there before they enter into specialization because they are totally out. So that is what we want to do. But generally, how was the session today? Oh, Brian is forgiven. Brian is forgiven. I don't have anything against Brian. How was the session today? I talk at 1.5 speed. I talk like that when I'm very sure of the content that I'm delivering. You're not the only one who is complaining about that. Even my bosses, where I do software engineering, when I have a meeting with my CTO, he's from Sydney, Australia. This person tells me, slow down, break it down, please. So that's just me. That is the point, to make it look easy. And let me put what is in class. Yeah. LMS is going to be sorted out. Don't worry about that. As soon as that is sorted out, you're going to be informed and everything is going to be aligned. So worry not. The recording for this class is going to be shared together with the morning recording in an email that I want to package by tomorrow morning. So you're going to receive my email tomorrow morning, also with the WhatsApp that I'm going to create. How many people does WhatsApp take? WhatsApp community. 1,000. We are beyond 1,000. So what will we do? 10, 14. Wow, we are so many. Yeah, we can create a Telegram one, by the way. Yeah, let us use Telegram, right? Because we are more than 1,000. We are more than 1024, by the way. Let me put up a poll. Allow me to put up a poll right now so that I can know. WhatsApp or Telegram. We are more than 1,000, considering everybody is going to be there. Okay, WhatsApp. And then we have Telegram. Okay, I don't know if the poll is up. Okay. The poll is up. Let us answer the poll. Answers to flow in, answers to flow. They are flowing in super fast. WhatsApp is winning. My goodness. I just need more than three-quarter of the answers. It's going to give me the way forward. Then I'm going to go back to you people. Oh, the announcement can accommodate up to 2,000. That is impressive. WhatsApp can hold more than 5,000. Which one? Let us vote wisely. Everybody to participate, please. Everybody to participate. Thank you. We have 220 something answers flowing in. Or even you can decide as what we call as Manstack. We can create our own WhatsApp. Do you know that? For me, I know the tech stack and the architecture we can use to make sure that data flows really well. Imagine we have a week whereby we can be able to cover. We have a week, let me show you. The week that we cover something related to WhatsApp and Telegram. Just allow me to show you. See this week 5. Week 5 is all about real-time communication. That is what WhatsApp and Telegram they use. If I can get serious developers, we can build this. We have 245. I need more than, we have 75%, and WhatsApp is kind of winning here. I need more answers. 80%. Let's go to 80%, 80%. Closing it in 3, 2, 1. 80%, 80%, 80%. Where are you? 80%. We have 79%. Someone vote, someone vote. 80%. We close. Okay. Let me share the results. Uh, so we have WhatsApp at 175 people out of 257, 82 out of 257 for Telegram. So WhatsApp people will win, but I'm going to do research and I'm going to post that promptly and we should be aligned. But don't worry, you're going to receive my email tomorrow morning by 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. with the instructions to go for. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Anything about LMS is going to be handled. Let me reshare the document again. Let me stop the charts. Let me reshare the document that I just sent. Send file. Done. Somebody has just lost interest in SQL. This is very impressive. I'm a salesperson. Somebody called me a salesperson. in our nini. Somebody called me a salesperson in specialization meeting. I can sell you an idea until you get in books. Actually, there's a programming language that I like using. It's called Rust. Do you know Rust? I can teach you Rust, and you going to hate JavaScript and any other program and go start using Rust. I know how to deliver it, but sometimes I don't deliver as per your expectation, but just don't worry. People have different delivery. There's an instructor that can teach you more than that I do. I know there are better instructors in PLP that are good beyond reproach. For me, I'm just doing the best I can to make sure that I deliver how I know. Yeah. Yeah, this is how I know to deliver. And I tend to train a couple of modules at PLP, not just full stack or web. Full stack and web, those are two. I have others like blockchain, my favorite. This one I can teach you until tomorrow. I have one day I thought I was speaking to a certain lady close to 9 hours, from 9 p.m. to all the way to in the morning. This lady was not able to sleep. I don't know if my stories were good or what, but she was just listening and ingesting information. I'm not a motivational speaker, but I know how to talk somebody into tech. So the point is, I'm doing the best I can. Your feedback helps me to make sure that I iterate on this. If I talk too fast, please forgive me. Thank you so much, people. Thank you so much. Final feedback as we close the session. Final feedback as we close the session. Oh, my email. You're going to receive my email. Don't worry. If you want my email, you're going to receive my email. I'm not going to share it on chat right now. Somebody is calling me general. Say what? Everything about the model, don't worry. Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the weekend. Welcome to the weekend.